Hello everyone. So today we will discuss about another topic, that is what laws of inheritance. So in previous module what I have told you, Mendel chose one of the experimental plant. That plant was a pea, and in that he has seen what? He has seen the 7 contrasting traits. So children, when he started his experiment, that time he just took one of the character for the study. So when he just took that one of the character, that time that cross, as I told you, we call that as a monohybrid cross, right? And we call it as a, because this time he was just talking about the one character means, and each character is controlled by what? Each character is controlled by the factors, as Mendel was saying. Nowadays what we are saying? We are saying that factor is as a genes. So that time we call it as a one gene inheritance. Right? In one gene inheritance, what is the meaning of one gene inheritance? It's a very simple meaning. When we talk about the inheritance of the one character and each character is controlled by the gene, so that time we call it as a one gene inheritance. And when he did that, that time we call it as a monohybrid cross, and on the basis of this cross he proposed 2 laws. That laws are known as law of dominance and second one was the law of segregation. So these 2 laws were based on one gene inheritance. Now see what he did. He just took one of the character. For example, as I told you a number of times, he took one character, that was a height. And height is having a 2 contrasting trait, that is what? Tall and dwarf. These are what? These are the parent plants. He crossed them. Now what then? When there is a cross, obviously there is a formation of gamete. So this was the Mendel procedure for the one gene inheritance. And when it was a cross, as I told you, by the Punnett square we can do it very easily, like this way. T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, like this way. So all the progenies in F1 generation were, what he saw all the plants were tall, right? And after that what he did, he just took the F1 generation plant and crossed among each other. Means he took first generation plant and crossed them, means there was a self-fertilization, right? And he got the result. That result was like this: capital T, capital T, capital T, small t, capital T, small t, and a small t, small t. This was the Mendel first procedure, and by taking a one gene inheritance. So on the basis of that, when he got this result, he proposed 2 laws. That laws are known as the law of dominance and law of segregation. What is the meaning of law of dominance? As I told you, what is that? Each character is controlled by what? Each character is controlled by factors. Right? Factors. Factors, nowadays we call that factors as a gene. Right? And these genes are present in the form of pair, and that pairs we call it as a allele. Right? Now what is it? If we are talking about the character is controlled by, as I told you, character is controlled by what? Character is controlled by genes, and genes are present in the form of pair. Now listen carefully. If these genes are the controlling part for the character, it means, now you know very well, each character is having their contrasting trait. Now what is there? So out of contrasting means, if we are talking about this allele, so our height is a character, so there is a 2 contrasting trait, right? Capital T, small t. So out of these 2 contrasting trait, and each trait, for example, if this is a this is a gene, so genes is for the contrasting trait also, right? So in that case, one of the character, one of the allele for the character is dominant over the another allele for the same character. So that law is known as law of dominance. So law of dominance is saying when we are taking the two contrasting trait of any character, for example, here it was a height. Height was a character, contrasting trait was the tall and dark. So what we have seen in F1 generation just tall plants were there, means one of the trait is not visible. It was not there. So it means this, out of these two contrasting trait of this character, one trait is dominant and one trait is recessive. So that law is known as law of dominance. That was the first law given by the Mendel in laws of inheritance. Right. Now see what again he did. He just crossed the F1 generation. So on the basis of this F2 generation result, he proposed another law. That law is known as law of segregation. What is the meaning of law of segregation? See over here. When now you know very well what is that, genes are present in pair, or you can say in an allele form. So being in a pair, genes are present, but when there is a gamete formation, that time this allele is going to be separate. Right, these alleles are going to be separate. So what is there? There is a segregation, right? And due to that, what happens? Segregation is there, and out of that, what happens? They are one is visible, one is not visible. But what happens in the F2 generation, when the same type of allele in that gene is coming again, so that time again they are reappear. So what is that? Whatever is the condition, whatever is the rule, but when we talk about the during the gamete formation, what happens? Being in a pair alleles, but when there is a gamete formation, always there is a segregation of gamete, and that law is known as law of segregation. So this was again on the basis of one gene inheritance. So that was the two laws given by the Mendel. Now when Mendel was talking about all, so that time actually he was talking about how the characters are passing, the way by what by all the characters are passing. Now children, what happens when the characters are passing means whatever character we are getting from the parents, we are not getting just one character, right? All the characters means all the chromosomes are having a different genes, and that are passing from one generation to the next generation. So to prove his monohybrid cross, what Mendel did, Mendel again took two pair of characters in a single hybrid, and on the basis of that he proposed third law of inheritance, that we call as a law of independent assortment. Right. So this was a third law. What he did, he just took two pair of character. It means, and you know very well, all the characters are controlled by what? By the factors, or now we call it as genes, and genes are present in the form of pair. Now what happens when he took two character? For example, what he took seed, color and shape. These were the two things that was taken as a experimental plant. So that time when he took just two character for the experiment, that time he called it as a dihybrid cross. So what he took? He took round and yellow, right? Wrinkled and green. These two characters he had chosen that time. Now again there is a need of a symbol for the genes, and genes present in a pair. So round for round he took just capital R, yellow capital Y and capital Y. So parents were having this kind of genotype. Small r is small r, small y is small y. Now when there is a gamete formation, now you know very well by the law of segregation, during the gamete formation there is a segregation of allele from a pair. So again here is the same thing, there is a segregation, means capital R, capital Y, these are the gametes, capital R, capital Y gametes, small r, small y gametes, small r, small y gametes. Right. Now when there is a what? There is a fertilization between these two type of plant. So that time there is a formation of a plant that is having a capital R, small r, capital Y, small y. So this was the genotype of F1 generation plant. And as he told in law of dominance, out of contrasting trait, one is dominant in F1 generation and second one is recessive. So in case of round and wrinkle, this round is dominant, and in case of yellow and green, this yellow is dominant. So what you will see in this F1 generation, all the plants were round and yellow, right? And in love, again what he did for the F2 generation, he just cross self-fertilization between the F1 generation plant, right? So what we will do over here, we will just form the gamete. Now see how we will get the gamete. So when we are going to cross capital R, capital Y, right? See very carefully, small r, capital Y, capital R, small y, and small r, small y. These are the gametes. So these type of gametes we will get when there from this plant when there is a gamete formation. Now what happened when he is going to what he did, he just crossed between these gametes, means there was a self fertilization. So now again I am going to draw that Punnett square. This is what, this is a F1 generation gametes, and there is a self fertilization between the F1 generation plant. Right. So what you will get the when there is a cross between capital R and capital Y. So the F2 generation plants are like this. Small r, small y, capital R, small y, small r, small y, small r, small y, like this way, right? So this is what, this is the F2 generation plant. Now when you will see the result, you will see what, now you see over here, capital R, capital Y, capital R, capital Y. So plants were like what, round and wrinkle, right? Here see, round and wrinkle, round and wrinkle, round and wrinkled. How I am saying? Because you know, I have told you, when we talk about the out of contrasting trait, if this is capital R means this is what? This is a dominant trait. If capital R is small y is present, again the plant is showing the phenotype is the dominant one. Same is here, capital R means dominant, capital R, small r, dominant. The plants were, how the seeds were there? Round in shape, right? Now see, yellow, then yellow, like this way. So how many round and yellow? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? Now see, capital R, round and yellow. Then here you see, capital smaller. It means what is this? Wrinkled and yellow. Right? Same is here. Capital R, small, capital Y means plant is what? Seeds are round and yellow. When you will see all these F2 generation plant, you will get the result something like this way: 9:3:3:1. Right? Means round and yellow, wrinkled and green, then round and green and wrinkled and yellow. This combination you will get like 9:3:3:1. And when you will add all of them, so how many numbers you will get? Round and yellow you will get the 12. Round you will get the 12. Wrinkled you will get the 3. So when you are going to do this, this is what? 3:1. So the same ratio you will get that Mendel told for the 1 gene inheritance. So same he will get in the 2 gene inheritance also. So what is the meaning of this? This is simply said that whenever we are taking the 2 character, 1 character, 3 character for any character, so inheritance of 1 character, or you can say inheritance of the 1 gene is not going to interfere with the inheritance of the another gene. So there is an independent inheritance of each gene during the gamete formation, and they will show their phenotype. One thing is, they are randomly they are going to make their exchange during the gamete formation, during the crossing over, but all of them is not going to be interfere with the another one inheritance. So that we call as a law of independent assortment. So these were the simple law of inheritance that was proposed by the Mendel. In next module, what we will discuss the deviation from the Mendel laws. Okay. So here I am going to end up this module. Again we will meet with the deviation of the Mendel's law. Thank you.